Welcome. In front of me I have the HONOR MagicPad 4, and today I will show you how you can record screen on this device. So, to get started, you will first want to find your screen recording toggle, which you can do so by swiping down from the top right side of the screen, so right over here. This will bring down your toggles, and somewhere in here we should have our screen recorder. For me, this toggle is visible right over here, but if you can't find it, you can actually add it. So you'd click right here, and then we're gonna swipe down, and we're gonna click right here, add tile. And right here, you'll find a bunch of toggles that you can add. So let's say I want to add song search, I think it's supposed to say. There we go. And when I add it, it shows up in here. Click on a check mark, and this toggle, I just click on it once more, should be available somewhere. So anyway, now that we have our screen recording added, we can first time around hold it. This will take us to the settings where you can check how it's set and maybe change things that would maybe not fit your exact needs. One of the first things that I would want to kind of draw your attention to is going to be the video quality. If it's set to high, that's good, keep it at that. If it's set to anything else, change it to high. Now, another things in here are things like, for instance, a sound recording. So we have system sound and microphone, and you can record both of them if you want to, but if you're planning to record both system and mic, I would recommend using some kind of headphones, earbuds, or anything like that. As what would potentially happen is the device itself would record system sound internally through software. Then that sound would be passed through the speakers, at which point the microphone would be picking it up second time, and this would potentially create an unwanted echo effect on a recording. So moving on, we have show touches, which is enabled. I will keep it on just so you can see how that looks like, but basically records a semi-transparent gray dot where your finger is pressing the display. And then peer mode, so when this is enabled, notifications, magic capsule and status bar will be visible during recording, but will not appear in the final result. You know what, I'm going to enable this just so I can see how that looks like. I've never seen this toggle before, so I'm going to turn it on. And whenever you want to record, let's find this toggle once more, and we're just going to tap on it. First time around, it might ask you for permission, so we're going to allow it while using the app. Okay, and you can see it's now recording. So whatever you'll do right now will be recorded. You can see this dot where the pen is touching the display. So that's the touch inputs basically. Now I do want to see there are some applications that I can showcase right here, annoying ones. But honestly, I don't see it. So I was particularly looking for things like Netflix or Spotify or something like that. So let's see. Yep, nothing here. Also nothing here. Okay. But showing this off just a little bit, when you open up some kind of application, it will be recorded for the most part. So there we go. Now I also want to show something else. So let me open up a browser. Where is it? There we go, browser. So I started recording this in portrait mode. I'll see how that looks like. If I switch to I recorded in landscape. Now I switch to portrait and back. So we'll see how that comes out on a video, which could potentially be important to you. Now once you're done, you can interact with this over here and stop recording with the square, and it saves it. Now when it saves it, you can find that recording by opening up your gallery application or whatever we have right here for photos, which is this right here. And I can see the screen recording right over here. So it is showing up in the Photos tab, which later on, if you're looking for some kind of screen recording, it might be much easier to just navigate to Albums and in albums find videos or screenshots. Screenshots also include screen recordings, so it could be potentially easier for you to find your specific screen recording in here. And I think we might actually be able to... Okay, we can't narrow it down to just show screen recordings, but you could, for instance, organize it by size, which automatically would show you screen recordings first and then screenshots second. So let's just tap on it to view it, and it's already playing back. So you'll be able to see that dot somewhere right here. There we go. So that's where the pen was touching the display. Now, like I was mentioning before, you can record most of the content that will be on your device, which you'll see that I am able to open up and record whatever the hell I opened up on Facebook. And that's gonna work just fine. But you also will occasionally encounter recordings that present you with a black screen, and that is because you tried to record something that the application didn't want to allow you to record. The application basically from the beginning just blocks that itself, or a feature of recording on when it's open. Now, before I go and explain this a little bit more, let's just quickly move it. So here we go. I wanted to see how this specifically looks like. So I'm going to open up a browser. So it's right now in a landscape and it's in portrait. Okay, interesting. So I'm saying that it's interesting because typically that is not what happens. When you switch to usually between portrait and landscape, when you started recording in one, what would have happened normally with this kind of recording, when I switch to it, it would keep it the same orientation, but the portrait would basically be located like so with black bars on the side. Here, it actually just fixes it up, which is pretty nice. So you can just completely not care what orientation you record in, as it will automatically adjust it to that orientation. Now, to go into what I was saying with the blacking portion, when you encounter some recording that is just straight up black screen, nothing visible on it, this is to do with, I believe, a function called screen pinning. Now, what it's called doesn't really matter, but what matters is what applications will use it. Bank applications, for instance, use this, and they do it to protect the privacy and security of the user. It is designed so if you, by some unfortunate circumstances, manage to download some kind of virus on your tablet, and that virus trying to use screenshots and screen recordings to figure out what your pins or passwords are, for instance, to your bank application. When it's trying to capture that, when you're putting in your pins or password in that bank, obviously it won't be able to get anything from it, as recordings presented with a straight up black screen, nothing visible on it, while screenshots are just straight up blocked from being taken. Now, that is good. And bank applications do give you the option to download, for instance, confirmation of payments as a PDF file, so you don't really need to record it or screenshot it. Now, where this is also used but not to protect your privacy and security is with applications that surprisingly aren't here, like Netflix, Spotify, Hulu, HBO, and so on. So any kind of streaming platform. They do it to basically stop the application or stop you from recording this content in case you want to distribute it like a pirate. So automatically, even though you're paying for it, the company that takes your money is automatically thinking that, oh, you filthy pirate, how dare you try to screenshot or screen record, which is in your legal right, as distributing is the illegal part, capturing is not. And even when you capture it under, I believe, 30 seconds, it falls under fair use. Screenshots, same thing. So this is just them blatantly disregarding this, and automatically, God forbid, you would, want to share an entire show. So they're automatically treating like you're going to be breaking the law, which is as equivalent to if you own a gun, the police coming to arrest you because you have a gun which could potentially be used to, unsubscribe someone from life. So automatically, because you could do this, you automatically will. That's the equivalent of this here. So in any case, I'm going to be showing you how you can completely disregard this bullshit and find other ways to achieve what you would want to capture, because it's in your goddamn right. You should be able to take it because you're paying for this stupid piece of shit subscription. So there might be blocking you, but there are other places which will not be blocking you. So we're going to open up our browser. And in here, what I'm going to search for is a site that no longer exists, which is oops. Let me go that MOV. How the hell do I do a spacebar? Nope, that's not how I do it. Oh, there we go. And we're gonna add oh, for God's sakes. There we go. Still somehow misspelled it. Cool. So there we go. pstream.mov alternatives. Now, pstream was a site that I used to show for these purposes. It was a site where you could just go and turn on any kind of show or a movie from any kind of streaming platform for free, no account needed. And because it would be running on a browser, it just allows you to capture whatever you want in here, which means screenshots and screen recordings you can take at your will. Now, this site no longer exists, so don't navigate there to look for it. It doesn't exist, but the information behind it does. So therefore, we got the Reddit post right here, and that's why I'm adding alternatives. Now, if you get AI overviews and you're trying to save time, disregard these. These are awful. There is only viable option in here is this, which doesn't always show for some reason, but it's on its own not really viable, as it would require you to sign into applications or these services, while if you, for instance, download something like Torrentio as a plugin, because it has plugin support, you're then actually breaking the law, as torrents automatically distribute content that you download, so you would actually fall under the piracy. So I wouldn't recommend this if you obviously don't want to have some kind of legal problems. But these here do not fall under this category. So you can open up any of these links right here and navigate to it, and we have some options here. Now, depending on how you search for this, maybe you want to search for something like free alternatives to Netflix or HBO or anything like that, you'll find different Reddit posts which could potentially give you different links. And on top of that, there is one thread that actually has a link to a website which tracks majority of this kind of domains. So you'll find more than dozen of links there to different kind of services. They all do the same thing, some better, some worse. So find one that works best for you. And like I mentioned before, because this is going to be running on a browser, you can take it at any, or you can take whatever you want in here. So just going to demonstrate. I'm going to take a screenshot just for this. You can see, voila, there's a screenshot taken. It's not blocked or anything, so you can then capture whatever show portion of it you wanted, or screenshot it, or whatever. As like I said, you should be in your legal right to be able to do so under like 30 seconds. After 30 seconds, it could potentially be considered a piracy in a way. So under 30 seconds, it falls under fair use, so you should be good to go. Now, keep in mind, I would recommend checking the times for it specifically. I don't exactly know if it was 30 seconds or less, so do your due diligence first. Anyway, with that being said, I hope you found this very helpful, and if you did, don't forget to hit like, subscribe, and thanks for watching.